Good morning, everyone. We got 9:29 this side of the world, and it's if everything holds true to my hopes, not a resolution. I'm gonna try to get started early. Gonna try to bring back some morning stuff. Today, being a Tuesday, we're going to introduce Tinfoil Hat Tuesday here on Reactions, Rants, and Rabbit Holes. And I thought I would go back and I found this Testament, Brotherhood of the Snake, little research. And hold on for a couple minutes because this is going to change topics about 3-4 times, just like the title said. But a little research says ancient astronaut theory. Now that's real popular. Me and you could go on listen to one of the most popular podcasters on the planet. They're loving that stuff, eating it up. Now, I don't have a lot of background in that, so I figured, wait, let's start with a reaction on Tinfoil Hat Tuesday. And then, King of Dixie, Upchurch. We're going to start the day off King of Dixie with Upchurch, Conspiracy. It's on the channel, but it's hidden at the early stages of the game within King of Dixie album play because I looked for Conspiracy Upchurch on my control panel and it doesn't come up. Now, I know we've done it because, I like talking about some other guy who just has been allowed back onto social media. And whether you like him or not, that's not the point. I get tired of people selling me survival food. But I do like, shirtless rants about the New World Order. So, you know what I'm saying? You gotta get your survival food. You gotta get it now. And then you gotta watch out for the New World Order because they're coming to get you. I don't really do a good Alex Jones, but I wish I could. Because I'd do a whole, if I could do an Alex Jones impression, I would do Alex Jones impressions. But the second, literally the first reaction, but the second one I told you about, Upchurch Conspiracy has got a little Alex Jones in it. It's fun. Now on a non-conspiratorial, not Tinfoil Hat Tuesday, D.A. Thornton out there has been, marathoning it through the reactions. And I came across a request, and I thought, well, yes, it's time. And honestly, to help him recover from drinking post-dated milk, it turns out, once it turns into cottage cheese into the container, it's no good. But there was that cool Aliens Take Over Our Society movie back in the day where they got drunk on rancid milk. What? Hold on. Oh, Alien Nation is the film I was thinking of. And boy, when I looked at this album cover here, I'm not talking about the TV series. Obviously, it's an indictment of immigration back in the day. I'm not taking a position either way on that right now. I'm just saying, read that cover art there, and you'll see, some of the core audiences there either poking or enticing with those kind of with that kind of rhetoric. You know what I'm saying? But this really isn't about Alien Nation. Of course, this is about I believe a friend of the channel now out there, consuming some bad milk. Don't do it. But survived. So to celebrate the survival, Unsane Scrape is coming up this morning too. But I had mentioned something else in the title. Let's see, where is there we go. Ravenous. And from 16 hours ago, according to this. But I didn't hear Aesop's superpower. And then multiple people, which I super appreciate, let me know it was animus. And they gave me the explanations, which I appreciate thoroughly. Now, to be fair, sometimes I kind of talk like I know something, and I don't think I know that much. But let's say like the psychology side. Well, I still have my first year psychology textbook. Now, this was super progressive at the time. There's no reference. It's funny. In my glossary, you don't have animus. but they do have a Jungian theory in the book, and Jung as a topic, but just not that specific because it was an intro to psychology. So I have an intro to psychology class. I got an A. I didn't slip on by the psychology course and the sociology course are what actually taught me that advertising is, mind control and immoral. It's not good. It's if you need to know how to manipulate the minds of the people you're trying to sell stuff to, they probably don't need the product in the first place. That whole thing is, designed to make us go against our better judgment. But I really just wanted to talk about Ravenous with the kick-ass comments and the in-depth back and forth. And I try to put most of it in the reactions. So sometimes when it seems like I don't address, I wanted to address a big comment, but make it understood that really what I mostly do is I try to read, I try to get in my comments, I try to respond. But what I really try to do is layer in some ideas that come from the comments back into the reactions to be honest, for someone who's not paying attention, to have this sometimes surreal, coincidental experience. Or a first name in the comments making a request and then getting the request the same day. Internet doesn't work that way for most people. So I kind of think it's fun and a way to, give back instead of put my hand out. Now, Robert, super long time friend of the channel, I hope. One of the co-producers of the bus rider metaphor, the all opinions are for entertainment purposes. Ideas that came up and then got to double down on with people early on the channel who were super supportive. And whole point is I appreciate all of you and the support you give. Robert did mention that, finding a way to support the channel increases the amount of content and quality of content that's going to go on the channel. So, Ravenous, you deserve not above all else, but right now, you deserve, everyone deserves to know that I'm attentive to your comments, requests, and what we got going on. Because I very much enjoy sitting down to the ASAP now, where I feel like there's a give and take on the whole thing. And it really does allow for it to go, maybe I should draw into this in my listening to the song. Maybe I should draw upon actual avenues of education that I went down and see. And on a side note, Mike H., who turned me on to the ASAP in the first place, really said one of the nicest things I've really heard. And just that he thinks that I understand some of the more crazy references and word usages than other people might on first listens. And I hope that's because I've got an actual... I can't write the same vocabulary I speak with. I can't spell to save my life, but I hope my lexicon is filled with, like this comment points out, appropriate words, but not just 4 syllables for the sake of being better than someone. No, it's realizing, and no, this isn't directed anywhere, but I think there are people who realize that if you don't use the language, it'll die out on you. If we really get down to a series of grunts and whistles, how creative and poetic can we be? And then, to be fair, I really think ASAP is just genius for this word usage, because instead of having to be, let's say, controversial or vulgar to scare away the straights, he just layers the ideas in language so complicated that unless you're willing to, put a couple extra thoughts in your head, you just might not get it. But then you could still get it for the thumping, back the fucking beat portion and, bars, even if you don't understand them. So I think it works on a lot of levels, sort of like, well, to be honest, they're not in the same ballpark at all, but, like a South Park, where some of the crude, horrible things are there to just scare away the people who might be hypercritical in the first place. Because it's okay for whatever choices we make. It's I think it's wrong for us not to be able to examine all our choices thoroughly, from language to lifestyle. I mean, as long as we can, in my opinion, as long as we can play with everything that's out there that isn't immoral or harmful, all the better. Getting anything down to a condensed set of procedures and rules to follow really sort of takes away the life and beauty out of the whole simulation. And to be honest, I read something, because Tuesday's Tinfoil Hat Tuesday. I read something today, and it's funny how the simulation process is being embraced by those who endorse what they would proudly call atheistic tendencies, when, sorry to burst your bubble, but then the simulation programmer would be literally your creator. Redefining creation to fit your sensibilities for the day doesn't really change the fact that whether it's atheist stardust nobodies or I'm sure I'm a vessel for the Holy Spirit, in the end, whether it's faith or science, it tends to seem like humans, given enough time, will attribute or prove, or try to prove, or theorize a creationary process. And then it's fine, because it really is conspiratorial day. I'm gonna double down by going for the big guy. I have went down the rabbit hole. Would love to bring it up if we want to go back and forth with this. I'll let someone much more intelligent than me talk about it. But summarized as simply as I can, because I'm not the no rocket scientist. But Darwin himself, I believe, is quoted, in a saying: at any point we find a system within it all, and I think this is in regards to like the eye, so complicated, basically so incredibly complicated, which I believe the math narrows down to the chances of the complex systems that create, Alice Cooper's eyes up there, whether you like it or not, I think through Darwin's own ideas, lend more to a created, engineered system than a random act of chance. But it tends it seems to me that these debates that appear to be held on a regular exist on the fringe edges of the internet. The atheist propaganda that appears to change with the weather for front and center. So I don't know. But I do know that in the realm of tinfoil hat crazy, if you're not applying some actual knowledge, no, I'm not saying Ravenous is tinfoil hat crazy. I'm talking about taking time to put a little more thought into it, and then instead of just, grunting out our happiness. And this entire line of thinking doesn't come from me. I'm just regurgitating a really great point that I heard someone else say. And that's all Tinfoil Hat Tuesdays are going to be. we're going to go look into some crazy stuff. Today, it's does the Alex Jones tip jar really floweth over? Did he really know what he was saying? And ancient astronaut theory. And a bunch of skateboarders. So that'll start out our morning. So I'll see you back here hopefully soon. I haven't done any of them reactions yet, so this is just to whet the appetite till I get back. And then, if I can, I'm going to get over to Patreon too and start monitoring that a couple times a week or daily if I can get to it. So, I think I trailed off on one thought. Robert, who helped the channel a lot, made me understand that I don't have to like, share, and subscribe. Now, y'all can you cannot go to the bank on the amount of times I do that. But then some other system will have to come into place. Because I am going to focus on some, hey, a Lip Attack got, like 7,000 views. That's the biggest thing we've had in months. Have to get some more views going. Got to get some more of them 10,000 views in 24 hours. So, it'll be a balance. And the hand is going to come out, but not really. Because I do have some people that are taking care of, making it a lot easier to keep going. And I appreciate you very much. I do. And, all right, on with the show.